Hello, I don't know how well this is going to work. As you can see in the bottom right, it's currently 3 o'clock in the morning, so I really should be asleep. But I'm going to go over the song that I just released on SoundCloud, FMJ.
And I need closure, baby, but it's not what I wanted. I'm sorry for calling up just to tell you what I'm on. FMJ on the bullet, yeah, when you hit me in the line, I want you.
You're gonna have to cope if my mic is fucking dog shit, because I have a Blue Yeti from when I was 12. I record all my vocals on it, but I have a heavy processing on all of my vocals. So cope. I don't know. Sorry, I've got the master here just on. My Discord's got its fingers. I've got my Discord. I mean, I've got my I've got the master. I've got the master here, and I'm just going to take a look at this. We're going to go over some of the lyrics and some of the choices. Then I'm going to go into the actual project file, and we'll take like a closer look at some of the stuff going on there, including the spice samples. Oh my god, yes, spice samples. So I have the lyrics here. Most of this literally just repeats. But one thing I do want to stress, and I put this on my Instagram story, the title of the song, FMJ, Full Metal Jacket, when I say that, I am specifically talking about, and I want to stress to everyone, the Black Ops 2 attachment. The attachment that you could get on Black Ops 2 that made it easier to wallbang people. And people thought that it was fucking like, people thought it'd give you more damage on your gun. I knew better than that. I knew how to use FMJ, bro. So coming straight into the track, very inspired by demo tapes, who, shout out, put me and my good friend Pillars on his sampled playlist last week, which was that was sick. I know that it was literally just a playlist of like songs that used his samples, but fuck, demo tapes is cool. So I think I messaged demo tapes when I was like 15, being like, yo, I'm stoned out my gourd, but I love your stuff. Keep it up. So yeah, big milestone. But yeah, very inspired by demo tapes, just with these plucks straight off the bat. But yeah, we'll go into more of that sort of in the project file. Coming straight into the first chorus, the lyrics here, I've got them on a little VST notepad. How neat is that? So this entire song kind of stemmed from the idea of not feeling like I had much to write about and wanting to grip onto something that was in the past in order to sort of just give myself something to write about. And in that thought, I kind of thought to myself, that's really like ridiculous, and ended up writing this about it. So by this, I mean, I'm saying one thing and I'm meaning another. It's not really what I want. And what I want is to kind of wallow in it a little bit so that I can feel it and I can have something to write about, really, and something to be sad about. And it is a pathetic and stupid way of thought, and that's kind of the entire undertone of the song. You don't want to be like this. Not a desirable attribute. This is I don't want to deep this, but so I've been sober for about sober off of drinking for about 8 months now, and the reason why that was sort of a thing that needed to happen was because of how I use my phone when I'm drunk. So yeah, just this line's been done 1,000 times before. I'm calling people up. I'm making a tit of myself. It's a very recurring theme in a couple tracks. FMJ on the bullet, yeah, when you hit me in the lung. As I say, Black Ops 2 attachment, we all know. Fucking shout out David von der Haar. So this is just me kind of thinking about like past experiences with whatever's happening. Not a very deep lyric. Title lyric though, because I thought FMJ is a really cool title. I want to want you. Again, yeah, like I want to want this person because I want to have something to sort of be my muse, I suppose. But I don't. Now into Will-O-Wisp section, which I also wrote. Not very good writing, but we'll pass on it. We'll pass by that. So, Come Be My Baby, very much inspired by sort of Jane Remover, Underscores, just like those kind of vibes. I really like on Danny Brown's new album, that thing that Underscores does with the like, do you want to be my baby line? I'll try and insert a little section here. Been thinking of you daily. This entire bit is kind of in jest a little bit. So like later on here, when I say you should have seen me lately, that's kind of also in jest. I'm sort of bigging myself up saying, oh, you should have seen me lately, when really, like, you should have seen me lately. Like, very different context. You never see me lately. Just a very silly thing to say to someone that you've broken up with. I thought it was quite funny. You never see me, you never come to see me. Like, come be my baby, I want to be your lady. It rhymes with baby, really. Now, moving on into the lyrics for the second verse and like the final verse. Still want my clothes back. I fucking, there's this one jacket. There's this one, and I like, if I look like I'm fucking insane here, if the person who has this jacket sees this video, but there's this jacket that I bought, and it was a fucking nice jacket. I liked it. It was from a charity shop, big up charity shop, and I don't have it anymore. I left it in another city, which is just kind of my fault, but fucking hell, I want that jacket back. And it sprung to mind when I was making this. I was like, I want that fucking jacket back. Like, that was the thing that I was most bothered by in the moment, which is also playing into the theme of the song, which is kind of not really caring about this person that you want to be able to use as a muse, almost. Like, I want to be able to use these experiences that I had as inspiration for my writing, but also I don't have the emotional strength behind any of it to really write anything meaningfully emotional. So instead, this song is kind of me being a bit of a dick, which, yeah, don't say he's tried him on again. Like, I don't want him back if you new fellas had him. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've got plenty of reasons, or I swear you're only one, and that's me kind of joking about, oh fuck, like, again, that feeling that I didn't really have anything to write about at the time, which I did. I've made enough fucking music now, but yeah, just that kind of a feeling. That's about sex. So, yeah, it's been said that I'm someone who really, like, I wouldn't say to an excessive degree, but I do take some interest in things that I can't have. The idea of sort of someone else standing in, like, I think Toy Story is a really good way of saying it. I put something on my close friend's story on Instagram the other day that was like, I don't know about you, but if I was Andy from Toy Story and I gave away all my childhood toys to some kid and she stopped playing with them within like 3 years, I'd shoot the girl in the face with it. And I don't know if I can say any of these words on YouTube, so I might have to censor all of this. Yeah, like, somewhat, I've never been someone who likes the idea of someone having something that I've had either. And that's just like a negative quality of mine, and I'm kind of playing into it for the sake of writing a lyric here, and whether that speaks about me as a person or not is on the table, but that's what the lyric means. Right, so now in the Ableton project, as I said before, these really demo tapesy, or at least I feel like they're very demo tapesy clucks. It's just a Vital. I think I modified the preset slightly, but fuck's sake, SNFK Future Bounce Standard Pluck. And that's what we're using for this. I think I modified it slightly. I'm not sure what I did. This is from, I mentioned it in another video, that Free Vital preset pack. I love this sound. I use it a little bit, quite a bit. The song's in F sharp major. So the thing that you'll find very typical in a lot of music is Prince does this a lot. Is you'll have this note here, the fifth of the scale, on every beat that like your open hat would be on. So like every, like whatever this beat is called. Here I'm kind of like, it's just a very common touch in melodies in general, but I'm kind of trying to do a similar thing here with a lot of these notes landing on that beat. But also playing it into a melody, because the fifth of the scale I found is something that harmonizes quite well. I don't know a lot of theory. I'm not very good with theory. I just press buttons. And yeah, I like this melody a little bit, quite a bit. I'm sorry if there's any crackling or anything in this. I'm not really sure how to fix it. This is the mix project, which I also do my production in. We've got at the start of the song here some like street traffic. This is a Spice sample. I've not touched that. Very shamefully, I've not touched it. But it just kind of adds a bit of room, adds a bit of space to the song. This here is also a Spice sample. I'm going to get all the Spice samples out of the way. I think these are the only two in the track. I think there's maybe one that I've chopped later on. But so originally this was, and then I'm adding some Dank Sauce 10 times OTT, as well as some Pro Q. Some Pro Q. Gets it sounding like that with just the OTT and the Pro Q. And then Transient Shaper. Oh no, this isn't this is a Transgate, sorry. Transgate is a Transgate really. It's a gated rhythm effect. Adds this kind of effect to it, which I really liked. Got some automated bit crusher here. This turns off in the, like, as soon as the first chorus drops, and then it stays off for the rest of the song. But this is just at the start here. Gives it that effect. Little Alter Boy on -5 formant with the drive, like over halfway up, wet up as well. Now, one thing that I don't like and I also love about Little Alter Boy is, compared to like Manipulator or even like M-Auto Pitch, I think, Little Alter Boy causes some really weird like phasing issues and some really weird like stereo artifacting that, when applied on like a mono vocal or like a mono track, can make it sound really well. Just when applied on any track, really, can make it sound kind of interesting and a little bit fucked up. So we've got some Little Alter Boy in this, and I'm just folding it down to kind of get to go from this to this, and that's mostly done with the drive on Little Alter Boy here. Next is Kilohertz Resonator. I cannot talk enough about Kilohertz. I love Kilohertz stuff. It's just resonating in key with the song. Just that kind of like that kind of talking into a glass cup sound effect. I like it a lot. I use it quite a bit. Use it here on this and this only, I believe. But yeah, and then just another Pro Q to kind of get rid of some of the space here that I wanted for vocals. I think it's a little bit counterintuitive, because I think I'm kind of doing something, yeah, I'm kind of doing the opposite of that here. But yeah, this is going pre-post, so it's fine. The next thing here is the bass that we use for most of the track. I'm not very good at writing bass lines. I kind of just look my way into it, and I don't think this is a particularly incredible bass line anyways, but it works for the track. I'm using these as kind of like a home note, kind of coming back to home and venturing back out with these notes underneath. So it brings that like satisfying feeling of every time you come back, you've got like a key point with music I've found is and like anyone will tell you is predictability, but not being like overly predictable. So these bring unpredictability to the sound, whereas this brings familiarity back to. Whereas if I shift this into B, for example, so it's like they're playing the same root note. I don't like that as much. It doesn't feel as concise, I suppose, coherent. I should say also, I have my projects all getting sent through sidechain here. So this is my sidechain track. Anything that comes through sidechain gets sent through this. So that's just instruments and bass and stuff like that, right? And then I have instrumental, which is that and the drums. And then master / pre-limited, which is just like my final step before the main track. I don't always master within. It's pretty bad at like form to master within your mix track, within your mix project or within your production project. But sometimes if it's not killing your CPU, you can get away with it. No one's gonna tell the difference when they're listening to the track. Last thing that we've got here is a kick. Literally nothing on the kick. It is a Spice sample. That is the name of it. Statement kick. Continuing on with the drums here, we keep the same kick into the drop. We have a crash down here. I'll get into the transition effects in a second because they're very simple. I'll just do them now. Riser, reverse crash, crash right here, and that's pretty much the same effects that stay throughout the track. And then play them with the drums, and this is as exciting as the drums get, the entire track. This open hat here, these are all pitched separately, so they're only ever pitched +4 or to 0, but like not pitched at all, but they change every few. There's like a bit of a pattern to it. Yeah, so you can hear it here. And then I'm skipping this one every time we skip this one near enough, every like 4 bars. Yeah, so this is as exciting as the drums get, as I say. The rest of the track is quite excited, so I wanted to keep the drums quite minimal. I didn't really feel like I needed much more than that on it. Here is where the bit crush comes off of this vocal. So that's on the drop. We've got this again on the drop, which I don't know if I went into the EQ of this, but it's just taking out the lows. Sometimes you don't want to take out the lows, sometimes you want the weight. I didn't here. This here is just an ARP, Vital, bouncy preset. Again, I think I've altered some of the effects in this, but this is a free preset that you can find online. I'm then doing it around the head, which is an Ableton preset. I think I've altered the amount, but yeah, kind of just it's an auto pan preset. It has a little bit of phasing, so it sounds a little bit more drastic in areas, which I kind of like about it. It's a very easy preset to shot on. You don't need to be setting up your own auto pans every single time. Demo tape sample, fucking yes. So this is Demo Tapes 120 synth texture evening rays D major. Let's see if we can find that. Yeah, so this is what it sounds like. I took the first bit of it and just looped it and put Pro Q Transgate and Pro Q on the other side. So I'll go over that in a second. I've also pitched it down 8 semitones. And then first EQ before the transgate is looking like this. And then we've got transgate here. And then another Pro Q here, just to get rid of some more of the lows for some reason. I'm not sure why I did that. I'm a fucking idiot and I shouldn't do that. That stays with us for quite a lot of the song. Yeah, it doesn't really change that much. Coming into Will-O-Wisp's first section, we've got this. Which again is another split. I think that is the final splice sample, guys. Please don't shout. This is what it sounds like initially. And using that, I kind of based Will-O-Wisp's like vocals around that. So the melody that we came up with was essentially just the melody from that. The underlying. So we're using that as essentially a harmony layer.
Come be my baby, been thinking of you daily. Come be my baby, you never see me lately. Come be my baby, I wanna be your lady. Come be my baby, you should have seen me lately.
Yeah. As for like tracks in the production, I think this is a lot of it. We've got the sub down here, which if anyone's interested in the sub. Whoa, it's a sub. It's a sine wave, I believe. So triangle wave. EQ'd and then saturated with the bass so that it adds some of those harmonics in between. I think we'll come over to some of the other stuff that's over here. We switch out the bass at about 2 minutes in and it turns into this 808. Which with this sub sounds like this. Very ugly bass, but it worked. So that's for this section. Yeah. And then this little break here is here because of Kesha. This was originally a Kesha remix. If you're looking for ways to structure your songs, make a remix and copy the structure and then change it a little bit for your song.
Party don't start till I walk in. Don't stop, make it pop.
So yeah, I'll go over my vocals and my vocal chain quickly. I'm not gonna A-B. I'll just go over it very quickly because I'm not very good at vocal mixing. But
I'm sorry for calling up just to tell you what I'm on. FMJ on the bullet, yeah, when you hit me in the lung, I want you.
gate, Brit pre, this is just a preamp. Vocal de-esser, this is a de-esser. Auto tune, crank to 5 retune speed. Pro Q, Pro Sim 2 for EQ and compression. Gate, again, for some reason. I think that's an accident, but it stayed in, so it's fine. OTT, that's really kind of stable of it. Another EQ, sustained lead vocal preset, and then M auto pitch that I'm not using. So that's kind of my vocal chain for this. I think that is everything about the production. I am getting quite tired, so I'm going to leave it here and hope that my audio is split into 2 tracks so that I don't have to try and piece together a video that has my mic audio in the background of every music track. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and all that. Fucking listen to me on all platforms, SoundCloud, Spotify. You can listen to FMJ on SoundCloud. I'm on iTunes. I'm on all of them. Right. In a bit. Have a good one. Love you.